lesson text to this evening is Hebrews 12th chapter, 1st and 2nd verse. Hebrews 12th chapter, 1st and 2nd verse. Read King James Version.
Wherefore,
yes.
Wherefore, seeing we also are compassed.
Wherefore, seeing we also are compassed
about with so great a cloud of witnesses.
So great a cloud of witness.
Let us lay aside.
Let us lay aside
every weight.
Every weight.
And the sin.
And the sin.
Which doeth so easily beset us.
Which doeth so easily beset us. Yes.
And let us run with patience.
Let us run with patience
the race that is set before us.
Yes.
Looking unto Jesus,
yes.
the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and is set down at the right hand of the throne of God.
All right, now I'm going to read Hebrews 12:1 and the New Living Translation. Therefore, since we are surrounded by such a huge crowd of witnesses to the life of faith, let us strip off every weight that slows us down, especially the sin that so easily trips us up, and let us with endurance the race God has set before us. We do this by keeping our eyes on Jesus, the champion who initiates and perfects our faith. Because of the joy awaiting him, he endured the cross, disregarding its shame. Now he is seated in the place of honor beside God's throne. Hebrews 12:1 and 2, Living Translation. Tonight we're talking about spiritual weight. Spiritual weight. And the aim of this lesson is to show the importance of being free from spiritual weights that hinder progress or progression. Everything may not be a sin. We'll say that again. Everything may not be a sin. Apostle Paul tells us, but some things can weight down our spiritual growth. I remember the verse says, wherefore seeing also we are compassed about so great a cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and the sin which does so easily beset us. Let us run with patience the race that is set before us. We're in a time, living in a time, my brothers and sisters, where spiritual weight is prevalent. Spiritual weight are, or have, if you will, taken over unannounced. A lot of folk don't even label them as spiritual weights. There are so many excuses for it until we just allow it to go on and saying that it's right. Saying that it's right. When, just say, for example, if you're weighted down, you are more likely to go down fast. weights. If you have weights on you, you're more likely to go down fast. Like this piece of paper here. If you throw it up in the air, it floats until it goes down. Well, this one here has a weight on it. It's a difference. When you're not weighted down, you are able to operate according to the way God has called you to operate. Spiritual weight. Another reference is made of sports in this lesson. Apostle Paul compares the Christian journey to a marathon race. First, the grandstands are filled with witnesses. Saints of old who have passed on and are watching from the grandstand of heaven. And they're cheering us on. They are cheering us on. Secondly, he refers to passing ourselves because of the distance of the race. A marathon is not like a 100-yard dash.
All right.
One must take a slow but steady pace to conserve energy for the distance. One must take a slow but steady pace to conserve energy for the distance. You cannot join this Christian race thinking you're going to jump in and win. You don't graduate overnight. You don't get to the finish line overnight. If you're on this Christian journey, I need to let you know that it is a marathon. There is no Christian race that is a 100-yard dash. Now you have to put forth 100 to finish without the dash. Y'all ain't gonna help me. It ain't no quick deal. You must take a slow and steady pace to conserve energy. So often Christians can get too excited and run too fast, merely wearing themselves out. I just mentioned that the other day. I ain't trying to do everything, but I am trying to live right. I am trying to make sure that I'm doing what is pleasing in the sight of God. But I ain't trying to hurry up and get out. Y'all ain't gonna help me. You can run out faster than you ran in. We talk about spiritual weight. Spiritual weight. You can get too excited and run too fast. Y'all ever seen anybody get in, if you've been around any length of time? They come in, oh Lord, they know everything. Some of them, they come in and they know the Bible better than some that already been in here. And you didn't give them a survey to find out how they learned it. But if you check it out, they had enough time to sit down and read. They was doing 2 to 5 or 2 to 20. But just because you know mean you got it. They come in, they run, they want to do this, they want to do that, they want to do this. Hold up, wait a minute. Take it easy. You ain't going to win that fast. Because on this Christian journey, there's tests, trials, and tribulations. And they all don't come overnight. When you join this Christian race, you have to be in it for the long haul. Somebody said long haul. This is a long distance race. He didn't promise us that it was going to be easy. But the songwriter said, I just don't believe he brought me this far to leave. That's why he promised never to leave. Because he knew it was going to be a long distance race. Whenever one runs a race, particularly long distance, it is advantageous to wear as little as possible. When you go on long distance, you don't need to put on no blue jeans, no hiking boots, no winter coat, no turtleneck, a scarf, all of that. And you got to run long distance. You know what that tells me? You didn't realize what kind of race you was running, number one. Number two, if you decide to keep running like that tells me another thing. Something wrong upstairs. You have to prepare for long distance. Runners wear light clothing and especially shoes for the purpose of making the run with the least resistance as possible. If all in your power, make sure you don't put extra weight on yourself while on this spiritual race. Because we can add a lot of them to ourselves and blame sister so-and-so, pastor so-and-so, the mothers, the missionaries. We'll blame everybody. Well, you know, it was because of what they did. Well, whatever they did, you didn't even have to accept it. Any weight comes on us. It's totally up to us to receive it or reject it.
Yes, sir. So true.
Finally, he tells us to look to Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith.
Yes.
Look to Jesus. Distant runners often focus on distant objects to help keep their heads up and their pace steady. Sometimes I don't know what I focus on as, what are we focused on as believers and Christians along this journey. He told us to look to Jesus. But it looked like to me we look to ourselves. We look to him, her. We look to family. Oh, don't talk about my family now. Biggest of the folks, I don't care what you said. Biggest of the people are losing out with God because of family. Your family can be weights. The first thing you say, oh, family first, family first. first. No, God first. God first, then family, then church. And if you balance it out right, if you put God first, He ain't going to let you get mixed up and confused about family. But you got to put God first. You got to put Him first. We have to focus on distance, on objects that will allow us and help us to keep a steady pace. For Christians, for believers, Jesus becomes the focus of our finish. How many of us testify that, oh, I want to see Jesus, and when I see Jesus,
All right.
when I see Him, we say, amen. Our heaven is my goal. Each and every day.
All right.
And you can't even come to church.
All right.
You don't let a weight stop you from seeking and learning more about Him.
Yeah.
The same principles that apply in a marathon can be applied in the Christian journey. The Apostle Paul refers to weights. He refers to weights. Christians can unconsciously take on things, watch this, they can unconsciously take on things and lifestyles that may not be condemned by Scripture. Uh-oh. It don't say it in the Bible. I got you now. It don't say it in the Bible. Well, the Bible didn't say that. Well, the Bible didn't. He didn't tell you act no fool either, did he?
No.
But that's what you act.
All right.
A lot of things you can't pick it up there. But common sense will tell you, and the spirit that you say dwells inside of you will lead and guide you in all truth. They can unconsciously take on things. And lifestyles that may not be condemned by Scripture. Everything may not be a sin. But some things can be weights that hinder our spiritual progress or lead to sin because they cater to the flesh. It may not be a sin, baby, but if it's catering to your flesh, I guarantee you it's a weight in your spiritual life. Catering to the flesh. There are many ways we can cater to the flesh. I'm going to tell you a way that we leaders, that's an authority, can cater to the flesh. We can cater to the flesh by giving the members vacations and they ain't asked for none. Oh, that's all right. We closing down tonight. You ain't got to come back tonight. Oh, don't come back. Oh, we've been here all day. And all these folk, you don't know what these folk going through. These folk need some help. And just because you say you old and tired. But I thought he said let the old and the young rejoice.
Together, did say it.
If you don't, he said, here it is. Jeremiah 3:15, and I give you pastors according to my heart that will feed you with knowledge and understanding. If you don't have a heart of God, no more for the people, it's time for you to let somebody else have it.
All right.
Because I don't care how tired I am, how tired I was tonight,
All right.
but people need help.
Yeah.
It ain't about me no more. minister to the need of God's people.
Yes.
Yes.
We cater to the flesh too much
All right.
in these last times. I said this the other day. Every all right ain't all right.
True, Lord.
Can I be excused? Oh, I'm so sick. I'm so sick. And all you do is you on Facebook.
All right.
You watching every channel on TV. Bring your sick behind to the believer's hospital,
Yes.
which is the church.
Yes, it
I guarantee you, if you come in here,
Yes.
if you come sick, you ain't leaving out sick.
All right.
Especially not in here.
Yes, oh God.
I don't care what you say. We cater to the flesh too much. We pet the flesh too much.
All right.
I don't feel like it. I don't either. I've been going through. Everybody else is too. It ain't about you.
No, it's not.
Catering to the flesh. Well, income tax. Oh, girl, let's go shopping. And the preacher understand. No, let's see if God gonna understand.
All right.
You find time to do anything your flesh want to do.
Yeah, true.
But when it come down to the work of the Lord,
All right. All right.
you put him on the back burner. Let's see what the scripture say about it.
Yeah.
Matthew 6 and 33. First seek ye the kingdom of God. First. Somebody said first.
First.
He didn't say second, third, or fourth.
First.
But first seek ye the kingdom of God and his righteousness and all these other
Be added unto it.
things.
Yes.
Things.
Yeah.
What your flesh like?
Oh God.
If it's according to his will, it'll be added.
Yes. That's true.
Cater to the flesh. Carnal thoughts. Carnal thoughts. Yeah? That's another one. We have too many carnal thoughts
All right.
and thinking it's all right.
Oh God.
Pampering the flesh. Lack of fasting and prayer. Laziness. And inconsistently going to church are all hindrance of spiritual progression. All of those things I just named is a part of your spiritual hindrance of your spiritual progression. Yes, you could be lazy and hinder your spiritual progress. Not fasting and praying like we should can hinder your spiritual progress. The Apostle Paul warns us that when flesh, watch this, he warns us that when flesh becomes a priority, or we become self-centered, this can be set or set us back. When you stuck on yourself,
All right. Yeah, true.
I ain't going back. Them folks ain't coming out here. We just gonna cut off those that are used to having night service. We just, if time is living in a day and time now that they ain't gonna show up, so we just gonna cut it off. I told somebody tonight, I told them, I said, I tell you what, if don't none of y'all come back, I'm coming back, and I'm gonna do what God told me to do.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Well, this how we save on the gas bill during the winter. This how I thought God would provide for you if you minister to the need of his people.
You will. Yes, you will.
But this will save on the light bill. You ain't the only one got no light bill.
That's right. That's right.
And a house. Sometimes, if you come in here and you don't stay but an hour, you ain't burnt that many lights.
Don't tell the truth.
You ain't burnt that many lights. As a matter of fact, you come, you ain't going to stay that long because you ain't saying that much.
All right.
But Paul warns us that when flesh becomes a priority or we become self-centered, don't come telling me you're looking out for God's people
All right.
when God told you to feed them. Instant in season and out of season.
Yeah.
Now you done chose your season.
All right.
It don't take all of that. Can't you see how many folk ain't even saved and you done preached to them today?
Yeah. Sure enough.
And they went right back out the door and did the same thing.
Same thing.
You need to come right back to church.
Yeah. Sure enough, Lord. Thank you,
I
Father.
don't care what you say.
Yeah.
Preaching is a work. Preaching when they like it. Preaching when they don't like it.
Yeah. Thank you, Father.
You can't counsel. You can't counsel a demonic spirit out of people.
All right.
They have to be in your presence so you can cast it out.
Yes. Oh, God.
And you just can't deal with it on a Sunday morning service.
All right. Thank you, Lord.
That don't work like that.
It doesn't.
If so many people are battling with this demonic thing, these demonic spirits coming in the church. And all they got from the church is they can tell you that I went to church and I'm still in the same shape.
Yes. Oh, God. Oh, God.
Whatever, God help me right now.
Thank you, Father.
Whatever happened when they said I went to a meeting one night
Yeah.
and my heart wasn't right? Well, something.
Something. Thank you. Thank you. You got a hope.
I got to finish this thing.
Thank you, Father. Help yourself.
God.
Thank you, Father. Thank you.
When you come like you're supposed to,
Yes.
something to get a hold to.
Oh, yes, it will. Yes, it will. Yes, it will.
And it just won't be no anything.
Oh, it won't.
Because you already got something in you.
Yes.
Now something going to get a hold to you
Yeah.
and cast that thing out of you.
Yeah. Thank you, Father. Thank you. Yeah.
People don't even recognize and own up to no more that they really need spiritual attention.
Oh, yeah.
Need spiritual attention.
Yes, sir. Yes, oh, God.
Spiritual attention.
Yeah.
My soul.
Yes. Oh, glory to God. Thank you.
God, I ain't trying to do this route.
Thank you, Father. Thank you.
When we going to recognize
Oh, God.
that we are not on the spiritual level that we used to be on?
Yeah. Thank you, Lord. Thank you.
When we going to recognize that we have now more folks sick in our congregations than we used to because this was, the church was the hospital.
Yes, oh, God.
Now, it has become just a performance center.
Yeah. Thank you, Lord. Thank you.
But I come to serve notice on the enemy
Yes, oh, God. Yes.
that we in latter-day worship are laying aside every weight and the sin that do it so easily to set up.
Yes, oh, God.
We got a race to run.
Yes, we do.
We got to pull off some stuff.
Yes, yeah. Thank you. Oh, glory to God.
Casting down imagination and every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of God. Pull that mess down.
Thank you.
Tell that devil to get out of my mind.
Get out of my mind.
Get out of my mind.
Out of my mind. Thank you, Lord. Thank you.
Ah! Glory.
Glory to God. Thank you, Lord. Thank you.
I guarantee you,
Yes, Lord. Thank you.
only way
Yeah.
you can feel this,
Oh, glory to God.
you got to know about it.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Lord.
Ah,
Yes,
so,
Lord.
so,
Thank you, Jesus.
so,
Yes, okay.
uh,
Thank you, Lord. Thank you.
as Ecclesiastes.
Thank you, Jesus. Thank you.
Although the race is not given to the swift. Although the race is not given to the, what does that say, Ecclesiastes 9 and 11.
I returned
And
saw under the sun that the race is not
yes,
to the swift,
not to the swift,
nor the battle to the strong,
nor the battle to the strong.
Yes, oh God.
neither yet bread to the wise,
yes,
nor yet riches to the men of understanding,
yes,
nor yet favor to men of skill, but time and a chance happen to them all.
To us all, yeah. Ecclesiastes 9:11. Trying, my brothers and sisters, trying to run a race with weights will assure us failure. Trying to run a race with weights, you're going to fall. As we have moved into the 21st century, it appears that the focus of some of the mega ministries has been a prosperity gospel. Didn't say nothing was wrong with it. But years ago when I was growing up, dinner wasn't all that my mother fed me. I'm going somewhere. Yeah, lunch wasn't all that she made sure I had in school. But those older mothers like that, they started with breakfast. Lunch and dinner. Full course. Somebody said full course. You just can't get one thing and think you can finish this race. Prosperity, you will get that. But just dealing with prosperity won't help your spirituality.
All right. Thank you, Lord.
People now have more things than they ever before. You know that.
Yes, true.
Man, they got houses, cars, land. More women than God told us to have. Y'all ain't gonna help me here. Let's get things and more things. More men. Nowadays you got more churches. One person hit about 4 churches in a week. Used to be a time you show up at somebody's church and I know where you come from, and it's a certain Sunday, like first Sunday. I see you and I say, oh, wait a minute, brother. Do your pastor know you here? Oh, they don't do nothing. Oh, they don't do that no more. You ain't doing nothing but helping these folks go to hell, pastor.
That's right. That's true.
By not telling them the truth.
That's right.
People have to be held accountable for their actions.
Yes, so do. Thank you, Lord.
They have more things than ever, yet more people with all their wealth and prosperity are, here we go, are spiritually dead. Spiritually dead. They do not know about demonic forces and are quick to attribute the work of the devil to something else. Spiritually dead in the church. I'm talking about the one just got done preaching to you. And can't even lay hands on you and get that pain out of you.
Oh God, yes, oh God. Thank you.
Well, you got the flu, you got a cold, it just gotta run its course. You bring your behind in here, I'm gonna help the course.
Yes, you will.
Ain't nothing too small or too big that he can't handle.
Yes,
Care what you say.
that's right.
And he the power and authority.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
But because we have started catering to the flesh.
All right. All right.
You won't be honest with yourself, but you know good and well. You just going through the motion.
Yeah, yeah.
You ain't tackling that demon that's bothering those men and women that's on drugs. That can't seem to get unhooked off of drugs and alcohol and fornicating and pornography and lesbianism and gayism.
Yeah. All right. Yep, yourself. That's true. Thank you, Lord. Thank you.
My God.
Thank you.
We're in a time now. I don't care what you say. Some of us gonna stand.
Oh, yeah.
I ain't trying to win no popularity contest.
No. Thank you, Father.
But I am trying to get to heaven.
Yeah. That's my goal.
I do want somebody to say, yeah, I came up through him, and that's the reason I'm saved today. That's the reason I'm not doing what I used to do. That's the reason all things are passed away. All things become new because of his preaching and teaching.
Thank you, Lord.
I want somebody to say, I might not can get them all, but I want somebody to say,
Thank you.
I just want to help somebody
Yes, oh God.
along this way.
Thank you.
Yes. We got to get back to that.
Yes.
Stop catering to the flesh.
All right.
You can blame it on they ain't going to come back. If you're doing something exciting, guess what?
Thank you.
They'll be back.
Oh, yes, they will. Yes, they will.
They'll be back.
Yeah.
The ones that really want it. Oh, they coming back.
Yeah.
You know what the problem is, leaders? You don't even want it no more.
All right. Thank you, Lord.
God help me right now.
Thank you.
You don't want it.
Glory to God. Thank you.
Only reason I came back tonight because I want it.
Yeah. Glory.
I already told you that. I don't care if none of y'all didn't come back. I was coming, and I was thank God for social media. I get a chance to talk to somebody.
Thank you, Jesus. Thank you. Yes.
Long as he keep on providing and making a way for me, I'll talk to them.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Thank you.
I just want somebody to say, yes, that's the truth.
Yes. Thank you, Lord.
Tell these people the truth.
Yes.
That's the only way you shall know the truth, and the truth shall.
Free. Yes, it will.
And you wonder how come they still bind? Because you kept the truth back from them. Because you said if I say that, they're going to stop coming. If I say that, I ain't going to meet the numbers I've been getting. If I say that, they ain't going to pay $20 tithes and off. If I say that, I'm going to lose a whole lot. I don't care who I lose. I just want to lose it. I just want to lose that old sinful life you live. You lose that and put on the whole arm.
Thank you, Father. Thank you.
Oh, God.
Yes, Lord.
He said we scared to help people get saved now. Don't realize a saved person will stick with you through thick and thin.
Oh, yes, it will. Yes, it will.
I ain't worried about you when you really get saved.
Yes, oh God.
Y'all hear me say it a lot of times. I ain't gonna stop. That's what he give me.
Yeah.
When you get saved,
Yeah.
you pay tithes and the free will off.
Yes, you will. Thank you.
And you'll smile while you're doing it.
Yes, you will. Thank you, Lord.
And before you can get to the bottom of your funds,
Come on.
something else will be coming your way.
Yes, it will. Yes, it will.
Every time I turn around,
Yeah.
I turn right back into another blessing.
All right. Keep on. Yes. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you.
Lay aside every weight.
Yes, oh God.
God help us tonight. Yes. Let me try to hurry it out of here. A comparison can be made to the young rich ruler who went to Jesus, asked him what good thing he could do to inherit eternal life.
Yeah.
He went to Jesus. What can I do, Master, to inherit eternal life? Well, you know what he challenged him with? The thing that was closest to his heart.
Yeah. Thank you,
He said that Jesus challenged the man to give up his riches for treasures in heaven.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Are you saying that it's a sin to be rich? No, it's not a sin to be rich, but it's a sin to love your riches.
Yes, sir. That's it. Yes, oh God.
And he tested, he tried it, he challenged him
Thank you, Jesus. Thank you.
to give up his riches
Yeah.
for treasures in heaven. And all you had to do was have a right frame of mind.
Yeah.
Because number one, whatever you have down here on earth will vanish.
Yes, it will.
One day you're going to leave it for somebody else.
Yes, sir.
So if you really think right, I would rather give up this earthly stuff
Yes, oh God.
since I got to die anyhow.
Yeah. So enough. Thank you, Lord. Thank you.
Young man, refused. Riches were the young man's weight. That was his weight. That was his weight. That's what led him to sin. Didn't know how to deal with it. Sometimes we get $400 more than we ever had. And say, I got it going on now. Used to come to church. Now you done got your taxes. Only get them once a year. And act like you done got $1 million through the jackpot. Or go get you a new car. Miss church for the months of April, May, and June. The car quit on you in July.
Come on.
Now you got to wait till next February.
Oh, God.
Spiritual weight. Yes. To have riches was not a sin. To have riches was not a sin. But when his wealth hindered him from saying yes to Jesus. Did y'all catch that? When his wealth hindered him from saying yes to Jesus. When whatever you're catering to in your flesh hinders you from saying yes to Jesus, then now we have a problem. When you begin to put it before Jesus, when you know what time you're supposed to worship him, and then something comes up in your flesh, and you say, yeah, I can go do that. When you begin to put that first, now we have a problem. Have a problem. Yes. Weight became sin. How many people today who have made prosperity their gospel could give it all up if Jesus asked? Let me say that again. How many people today who have made prosperity their gospel could give it all up if Jesus asked? I want you to think about the question. Don't be quick to answer. Swift to hear, slow to speak. Can you give up all that little stuff that you praise now more than God? Can you give it up? If Jesus said, I'm going to have them to come, I'm going to allow something to happen to that Mercedes, to that Porsche. Because it seems like you try to put that before me. If he said I'm going to take that, can you get that up? Without puffing up? Can you give it up? Without frowning up? Can you give it up without quitting up? without giving up?
All right.
Can you give it up without giving up? A lot of us can't give it up without quitting God.
All right.
A lot of us can't give up this prosperity stuff without giving up God. There's a problem. It's not the things, brother. It's not the things, sister. But God. Somebody said, but God.
God, yeah. He's the one.
Yes. If Jesus asks, how many of us get that stuff up? A whale is the largest creature on earth, although it lives in the ocean. Marine biologist says this is still a mammal. Every so often, the whale has to surface and blow his spout located on the top of his head. Yeah. Every so often, he got to come up. This is necessary, or else the whale will drown. Sometimes small fish, known as suckerfish, will attach themselves and live off the whale as a parasite, slowly sucking energy from the whale. The whale may not know that they are even there. If enough parasites attach themselves to the whale, eventually it will be unable to surface, and it will drown in the very ocean that it lives in. Let's read this again here. Yeah. Sometimes suckerfish, they attach themselves to a whale as a parasite, slowly sucking energy from the whale. Let's bring that to our level. Yes. Sometimes weights attach themselves to us as believers. Yes. Slowly sapping the energy from us. Slowly taking us down and out of Christ. Well, what is it? What are you talking about? It could be your children.
Yes, sir. Tell the truth.
Well, I'm going to take care of my babies.
Oh, God.
Well, take care of your babies. I ain't never seen a 40-year-old fella a baby. I ain't never seen no 23. That's a grown woman. 23. How old it be when you get old now? Anybody know? Y'all don't know how old it is? Y'all must not be grown. 18? Oh, all right. My baby. 28. My baby. 48. My baby. Am I ever going to be grown?
All right. Get yourself.
We attach ourselves too much. Those this whale has suckerfish. I know y'all ain't feeling like this, but your children are like suckerfish to you.
All right. Tell the truth.
They latch on to you. Latch on to you. And, hey, mama, can you take me here? Can I go here? Can I do that? At church time.
Get yourself.
You mean to tell me Myers stay open 24 hours a day, and you got to wait till church time
All right.
to go get $20 worth of groceries?
Oh, God. Help yourself.
$20? You got tricked. You got suffered. See what you would, if you had the right frame of mind, if you had came to church, the Lord probably would have talked to somebody, spoke to their heart. Put an add something to your 20.
Come on. That's right.
He'll make a way for you.
Yes, he will. Yes, he will.
But if you seek him first, not to your own understanding. That's the biggest of our problem. 6, 7 in all your ways. A-L-L. Ain't nothing outside of all. In all your ways. If you acknowledge him, he shall direct your path. God being a good God as he is. God being a saving God like he is. God being a delivering God like he is. Ain't gonna tell you to miss your deliverance at church.
No, he won't. No, he won't. No.
Don't tell me. We talk all that mess. It come to me just as plain the other day. The biggest of the people problem is leadership.
All right.
Because you all go off of what we allow in the church.
All right.
If we allow you to miss your feed night,
All right.
if we allow you to not participate in activities just because of catering to your flesh,
Oh, God.
guess what I'm doing? I'm helping you
Yes, you are.
go to hell through by the way of the church.
All right.
Y'all really don't see that. I know you don't because he gave it to me. How? You going to keep on coming to church. Keep on hearing preaching and teaching. In the word, a word will change you. Oh, yeah. The word will stir conviction on you and deliver you.
Yes, it will.
Now, how you going to keep on coming
Oh, God.
and still die and go to hell? Don't care what y'all say. If you ain't getting fed here,
All right.
I recommend you to go somewhere where you can get your soul fed. Yes, no. I don't never tell nobody to leave your church, brother. It's hard to get members as it is. Is that what you in this for?
Oh, God.
Latter-day worship is just a soul-saving station.
Yes, oh, God. Yes, it is.
That's what it is.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
I'm after your soul.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Father.
And what I tell you, through my way of God, if it don't save you,
Yeah.
I don't care what church you go to,
Yeah.
you ain't gonna get it.
That's right.
I got to go somewhere and get fed.
Yeah.
Spiritual weight. Yes, that well will drown if you don't get come up to the surface. Many weights in our lives are like these small fish. They just like the small fish. You know it. How many of us can honestly testify out of a pure heart that we really don't have the spiritual growth that we used to have? You saying because you done got older and you say you're more mature in this, but still can't minister to nobody's soul. You need to check your maturity level. Because we're supposed to mature in the spirit. Amen. If this ain't helping nobody, I know it is. I don't care what you say. We look for you all to move when we preaching and teaching. If you don't move, we think something wrong. Well, guess what? I don't care what you say. This stirring me up here. Well, I can't teach myself happy. I sure can't do nothing for you. And you didn't know, this come to me first. I have to apply this first. Yes, many weights in our lives are like these small fishes. Eventually, somebody say eventually. Eventually, they can sap our spirituality and cause us to drown And that eventually puts us at a place where there's a way that seemeth right unto me.
All right. Yeah.
A lot of us arrived on there's a way that seemed right. But be honest with yourself.
Yes, oh God.
It ain't right if it ain't helping nobody.
That's right. No, you didn't.
How you going to be up here praising and worshiping in this church here? I'm preaching and teaching you the truth. And you can't praise and worship good without a little shot and then without some of that medical marijuana.
Come on, Lord have mercy.
That's when you're at your best performance. The devil is a lie.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Put your hand up here behind this mic. When I get done praying and laying hands on you while you singing,
Yes.
I'm praying for you while you singing.
Yes.
I'm going to make sure you get sober.
Yeah.
Let these folk operate any kind of way. In the church, thinking it's all right because you say you need a singer. No, you need a saved singer.
Yes, right. Yeah.
Yes, Lord.
I need a musician. Got crackheads on the piano. I need a saved musician.
Yeah. So God. Thank you.
Just say it in me, man.
Come on.
I'm tired of catering to junk.
Yeah. Thank you, Lord.
God sent me somebody that loves you for you.
Yes.
And you be a blessing to them.
Yes.
That's crazy. These folk, you might have a problem. You might have some issues. But you can't keep coming to church with those same issues, and those issues don't be ministered to. That's what I'm saying. A whole year. You have to leave church after serving full force whenever the doors open, every Sunday if you will, and then you have to leave church, and they say, where's Sister So-and-so that sang the praise song? Where Brother So-and-so that play the keyboard? We as the church got together and sent him to rehab. The devil is a lie. This is rehab.
Yes, it is.
The altar is rehab.
Yeah.
Jesus. I dare you to come.
Yes, oh God. Thank you, Father. Thank you, Lord. Thank you. Yes, Lord.
I guarantee you lose your spiritual weight. You're losing weight.
Yeah. Thank you, Father. Thank you, Jesus. Yes, Lord. Thank you.
You can't stay the same.
No, you can't.
Calling that name.
Yeah.
There has to be a change.
Yeah. Thank you, Father. Thank you, Jesus. Yes.
Gotta be a change.
Yes, it will be.
You fooling me.
Yeah. Thank you.
That's how I got my deliverance.
Yes.
Calling that name. Oh, y'all ain't gonna help me in here. I'm sorry. I'm just kind of upset with the devil.
Yeah.
I see too much catering going on in the church amongst flesh. I'm not finna cater to your flesh,
All right.
but I will cater to your soul.
Yes, oh God. Thank you, Father. Thank you. Yes, Lord. Thank you.
Yeah, what's wrong with you?
Thank you, Lord.
This is a place to be delivered.
Yeah.
Don't care what you're dealing with.
Oh God.
You can't get healed.
Yeah. Thank you, Lord. Thank you.
Don't care how bad it is, how bad it looks. You can't be set free.
Thank you, Lord. Thank you. Yes, Lord. Yes, Jesus. Thank you.
Lay aside every weight
Thank you.
and the sin. You getting hot now, ain't you, mother? I know it. I'm hot too.
Yeah.
You can't do this and not feel his presence. I don't know what you say. Thank you, Jesus. Close. It's deliverance in the room. It's healing in the room. Don't come telling me you sick and you need to go where? I got news for you. Wake up. You here.
Thank you, Father. Thank you.
Thank you, Jesus.
Yeah.
Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. Yeah. spiritual way. You can't keep calling him and not lay aside no way. Call him. If you're sick, call him. If your body racking with pain, call him. If you got cancer in your body, call him. If you got sugar diabetes, call that name Jesus. It still works. He was saying yesterday, today, and forever. Problem is, you ain't calling him like you need to. Thank you, Jesus. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Lord. Spiritual. Lord. Spiritual way. Lay him aside. Lay aside every way. Everything that's hindering you. There shouldn't be nothing on your mind. That ain't like God. Don't care what you say. Set your affections on things, not on the things that is earth. We come to give God the glory. We come to give God the praise. Care what pain you walked in here with, you're going to walk out with none.
Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus.
God bless you.
Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus.